Welcome guys and girls to the Main Event Podcast, the only podcast you need for all your weekly updates, news, information, rumours and entertainment surrounding the WWE. As always, we're Reza, Imran and Arif. How you guys doing?
I am very well. How are you, Arif? Surrounding it like a fence. I'm doing fantastic.
Brilliant. And we're back with episode 20 of our podcast. We've hit the 20 milestone. Well done guys. Albeit it is a couple of days late, apologies for that. But guys, we are only a day away from the grandest stage of them all. WrestleMania 30. We're excited and we know you guys are too. With what looks to be one of the greatest events in years. We are here with episode 20, as I've said, and our numbers do keep increasing. And of course, we would not be at this stage if it wasn't for the very few avid listeners we do have. As we've always said from the beginning, even if one individual tunes in every single week and listens, we are more than happy. So a big thank you to the fans and friends of the Main Event Podcast on Facebook, Twitter. You know exactly who you are, and hopefully your efforts don't go to waste, and you continue to help us grow. So thank you. Some of the comments and feedback we have received on our YouTube page truly is brilliant, and we appreciate every single one of you for sticking with us, even if the WWE is not your thing, so thank you. As you know, we upload our content to a variety of outlets. Our website, YouTube, Podomatic, is on iTunes now as well, so you can listen to us on there. BlackBerry user, Stitcher.com.
Stitcher?
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
That's all I got. Just
Really?
Stitcher. There is no tagline this week because it's WrestleMania. Oh! Stitcher. Almost as big as WrestleMania 30.
Well, there you have it. Stitcher, almost as big as WrestleMania 30. You can listen to us on their website as well, www.stitcher.com. We are still in the top 7,000.
Or, alternatively, if you'd not like to go to the Stitcher website itself, you can go to www.tme-podcast.com/Stitcher/WrestleMania/win tickets ?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
Does not work.
That's an alternative if you want to listen
And
to
there's a
ours.
surprise on that page. Maybe you could, I don't know, win tickets. Ooh.
I wouldn't advise you to waste your time, but sure, if you're a big fan of Arif in general, I would recommend you check out that long link he just
if you're
read
a fan
out.
of tickets.
Oh, yeah, exactly. They don't just have to be a fan of Ari.
Yeah. Anyway, as always, we want to hear from you in any way and every way possible. You can like us on Facebook at The Main Event Podcast, on Twitter at TME Podcast, send us an email at tmepodcast@gmail.com, and of course, please visit our website, www.tme-podcast.com,
Podcast with a P.
for all our not-so-latest content and information. As I said, we will hopefully one day add a little more content onto that when we do have a little more free time. But yeah, please do get in touch. We would love to hear from you more and more as time goes by. Your questions about us, our thoughts on WWE, our favourite superstars, pay-per-views, on the current product. I would love for Damien Sandow, which we share equally.
We do?
Anything and everything.
Just wait till SmackDown.
You ask and we will answer. And of course, as I've mentioned for the last 2 weeks, our highly popular and our newest feature, we do now accept requests from you guys. All you have to do is fill out a simple application form, send it to our email address, and Arif will serenade you with a creepy Mysterio happy birthday.
Indeed, I will.
And we hope that you stick with us as we continue our journey to become a top or even a recognisable WWE podcast. Right then, we have some good stuff lined up for you today on the eve of WrestleMania 30. Just like every week, we have the reviews, the news, and of course the discussions on certain topics.
Breaking news really, really quickly before we even get started. We have an email.
We do?
Just stall until I load it up.
Right, okay, basically this week's topics we are obviously going to be looking at WrestleMania 30 in a bit more depth.
Slower.
In a bit more depth as we edge closer to the event. How far are you?
Here we go. Oh, guys, we got our first email.
Ah.
Fantastic timing, and what better place to put it than right at the start of the show. And I'm just really excited. I might have to take a breather. Guys, first email comes from Ezio Austin, obviously probably his real name, and it says, "Good podcast, lads.
Great start.
Thanks, Harry, for promoting it to me earlier today. I'll pass this around. I know a lot of fans that would enjoy listening to podcasts like these. Already been a huge wrestling fan and an avid podcast listener, i.e., and then he name drops a couple of people that he tries to just, get excited off. And I think this is another good one. Just a little tip, keep your content fresh and updated. It is updated. it is fresh. We don't record last week's news. That will attract more listeners and try promoting on PW on certain wrestling
Yes.
websites. My favorite WrestleMania moment, as you know, as we all know, that we discussed WrestleManias last month.
week.
Whew, I'm just
Excited, isn't he?
It's a big moment for me, okay? My favorite WrestleMania moment has always and will forever be The Rock versus Austin for the WWF Championship at WrestleMania 17. That epitomized the whole Attitude Era. Two of the best guys in the biz at the time competing in the main event of the best WrestleMania produced for the biggest prize in the industry. Doesn't get any bigger than that. What's your opinion on that, guys? I think one of us brought up the WrestleMania 17 last week and decided that was the best WrestleMania.
Before Imran gets too happy, Ezio Austin, I'm guessing that's his name, said The Rock and Austin is his favourite moment. If I remember clearly, Imran, you picked that as one of your best matches. That's all I'm saying. You did.
Oh.
You didn't pick that as...
There's no consistency on the main event podcast.
Either way, we'll let Imran have that being...
It was the best match because of the moment.
It was obviously because it's our very first email. We'll let Imran have that one. So thank you, Ezio Austin. Just like that, you can email us and Arif. We'll personally read them out.
I will only read half of it though.
On half of it because we're not going to plug any other podcasts.
We don't have the time to read 18 lines.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, thank you, Ezio Austin, for your email. As I was saying, this week we're going to be obviously looking at WrestleMania 30 in a lot more depth. As we are only a day away from it now, we'll give our previews on it, and of course our predictions as well. And also we will be taking a look at a certain story that was mentioned last week. I don't know if you heard about it. I will go through it again. It's about Paul Heyman and a potential new Paul Heyman guy. So we will be talking about that a little later on. So please stay tuned for that. Now, guys, we do have a treat for all of you today. Today we don't have one SmackDown review. I know how much everyone loves SmackDown.
We have 0.
So no. It's your lucky day. Today man has 2 reviews for us. 2. You can tell it's WrestleMania season, isn't it? Now moving on here to bring you the greatest review of the worst wrestling show the WWE brings to you every single week. It's Imran with his weekly review of the first SmackDown.
Yes, and SmackDown kicked off with Big Show versus the Wyatt hyped up for the main event, but Batista opens up the night and he says the fans begged him for years to return to WWE, and now that he is back, he is booed by the fans. He gets them to boo him more by mentioning the Royal Rumble win and his main event match at WrestleMania. He considers the fans cheering Bryan as a personal slap in the face, which brings him on to what happened on Raw, where Stephanie slapped him in the face. He says Stephanie hits harder than all 3 of his possible WrestleMania opponents, which brings out Triple H, who tells Batista to leave out his wife. Batista refused, saying she's the reason why Triple H is wearing a suit, because he is married to the boss's daughter. Triple H plugs in the reality era once again and says Batista should be worried about the fact that he has the power. Batista reminds Triple H that Triple H has never beaten Batista. The Big H says that was a long time ago, and since Batista has returned, he hasn't seen the animal, and he hasn't even finished off Daniel Bryan, but Triple H did. And Triple H makes a big match for later on tonight, Batista versus Sheamus. Next was a match, the Shield, Seth and Dean are up in action against the...
No surname for Seth Rollins this week.
Yeah, I tried to... I did that by purpose. Well, Rollins and...
There it is.
Dean Ambrose are in action and they get a dominating win over 3MB. But that's not all, folks, because out comes Corporate Kane and Corporate New Age Outlaws, who bring out the Shield's new opponents, Ryback. The match was great. It wasn't that scrappy match that we had from before. This match was awesome because of one guy, Seth Rollins. He is awesome, and he hits the blackout on Axel for the win. Reign hits Ryback with a Superman punch and then a triple powerbomb to send a message to the Corporate Trio who are standing on the stage. And next, Damien Sandow faces Sin Cara. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, I
and
wonder who wins this match.
no, guys, it really was a surprise because Sin Cara got the win. Sin Cara. Rosa, you can blame Scooby for that.
Scooby-Doo!
Then we got another match where Fandango beat Goldust in what felt like a Raw replay from the match on Raw a few weeks ago. But this time they got the match right. But it still ends with Summer Rae distracting Goldust for a Fandango win. Then we got the big Sheamus and Batista match. And Batista was in and out of the ring as Triple H watched from backstage. And now, guys, I don't usually like Sheamus, but in this match, it felt like he carried the energy, the whole entertainment aspect of the match. There were times where Batista would just slow down the match. It was a chore watching it, but Sheamus came out and made it entertaining.
And Batista's in the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah, worrying.
Wow.
Yep. But to Sheamus's luck, he gets fed to Batista, basically, who tries to destroy Sheamus with a chair shot and a huge powerbomb. And after the match, when he gets disqualified, Batista asks Triple H if he's happy and if he has seen the animal, because he's walking out of WrestleMania as champion and we need to deal with it. Then we got the Bellas beating AJ and Tamina. Santino Marella and Emma go on a date, but he accidentally pukes on her. Then we got...
Wait.
Yeah.
Pukes on her?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
It's Santino Marella and Emma.
But the thing is, Santino's a funny guy, and this didn't sound like it was funny. It just sounded like it was sad, so he can't be writing this.
I know. Who writes this? Who writes this garbage?
It's your favorite announcer, dude, Dave Kapoor.
No, he does Raw.
I thought he did SmackDown.
He does Raw.
He does SmackDown.
Didn't he play a key role in the CM Punk pipe bomb thing?
Yes,
So,
he did.
Can't really... Well, no one likes Punk now anyway, but...
Well, to go from the Punk pipe bomb to this is a bit of a downgrade.
I think they kind of traded, the old SmackDown segment of Carly's Kiss Cam with this date. So,
Emma Puke Cam.
Yep, the Puke Cam. So it's a trade-off.
It's a trade-off.
Then next we got Jack Swagger, who beat one of the Usos. Don't know which one.
There's only one.
There is only one.
Yeah, okay, the one Uso. Then we got Mark Henry beating The Miz, but finally it's here, the main event. Big Show comes out to the ring, and so do the Wyatt family. The match kicks off, and Bray Wyatt is pushed out of the ring. Wyatt smiles and says that was nice. Mm-hmm. He regroups and enters the ring and continues on with the match, but it ends with Rowan distracting the referee and Luke Harper hitting a big boot on Big Show, with Bray Wyatt finishing it off with a predictable fashion with the sister Abigail for the win. And guys, that was SmackDown.
Imran, did you see the Big Show promo against the Wyatt family earlier in the night, I believe it was?
Where he said he was afraid.
Yeah, where he said he was John Cena, basically.
Yeah.
He took John Cena's place in this rivalry for 1 week.
Flippin' hell, he did.
He thinks he's John Cena.
There was a reason why I didn't put that in, because I hated it.
I don't understand. It's like they couldn't get Cena for the night, so they brought in Big Show. And they were like, okay, you just pretend you're Cena. Oh, I'm afraid of the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
Obviously, SmackDown did have its negative points, as always.
A lot of negatives.
But I did enjoy some aspects of it. I actually enjoyed Sheamus, who did put up a good fight against Batista, because initially I thought Batista was just going to squash Sheamus, and that's it. But that match was decent. Shield were impressive, but most of all, it was the Wyatt family for me. Just Bray Wyatt's mannerisms in general. And Luke Harper, Big Boot as well, played a big role in it as well, which was a good finish as well. So what rating would you give that?
I would give that a 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5? That's good for a SmackDown.
It's good. Until you watch next week.
Yes.
SmackDown. But more on that later. Guys, are you there?
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
I'm waiting for the next review.
I'm waiting for you to introduce Raw.
Oh, okay. So when, as Friday Night SmackDown finishes, that leads us on nicely to the final Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania. So Irish, will you take us away with your brilliant review?
Oh, well, Raw on the road, on the final stop to WrestleMania, kicks off with Michael Cole briefly welcoming us to the show in insert name of city here.
Where was it?
I believe it was Washington. That's why Batista
yes.
got that amazing reception.
Washington.
Before the lights turn out and the crowd goes wild, it's the American Badass himself. Undertaker ambles down to the ring with the coffin in tow before picking up a mic and beginning the promo, and it just ruins it whenever Undertaker gets on the microphone because he talks about the streak and how he will go further than anyone else to prove its worth. The dead man goes on to mention how he plans to take Brock Lesnar out to the deep waters without any armbands and leave him there. Oh, my days. And then he says that there are only three things that people fear, I believe.
Yeah, this was.
Yes, death, taxes, and the streak. And as soon as he said taxes, it just takes away
Yeah.
that you think of The Undertaker.
Guys, have you been paying your taxes?
Have you been paying your taxes? Because you can't get away from them. Have you been paying your streak? Customary rest in peace promo before Brock Lesnar interrupts with Paul Heyman. Heyman mentions that he means no disrespect, but his client does. And then Heyman says when Lesnar goes on to beat the streak, it will be the biggest moment and bigger than even Hogan body slamming Andre the Giant. Lesnar will beat the streak. Spoiler! I guess Paul Heyman is an Arif guy. Lesnar and his walrus tease attacking Taker for a while before Heyman rolls into the ring with a steel chair. This causes Undertaker to be momentarily distracted, leading to Lesnar coming in and hitting the F5. Thus, this goes along with my theory that whoever looks strong on the go-home show at the pay-per-view will end up losing at said pay-per-view. But we all expected that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned for WrestleMania predictions later on in the show. Big E takes on Alberto Del Rio, now in a non-title match. A super kick to the face is enough for Big E, as Del Rio picks up the victory. We get a fan poll in the WWE app, and I'm sure that Imran voted on this one because it's Kane versus a member of the Shield.
I actually did vote, yes.
Yep, that Imran is the WWE app guy on the show. Later on, it's Evolution collides. Evolution is a mystery. Could change and no one would see. Life makes a fool of misery.
You might as well sing it.
I don't know the lyrics properly though. Although I guess it works. You don't need to know the lyrics. He's like, hello, Batista, man. As Batista takes on Randy Orton. And finally say farewell to the Yes Movement with the Authority. But up next, it's the Wyatt family. Yeah. Creepy promo from the Wyatts, and I love the new utilization of Luke Harper as the Whistler in the group. Bray says after WrestleMania, everyone will see Cena like he does. The monster. Yeah! Back from commercial, and why is there a Total Divas in my Raw? Imran, I specifically ordered no Total Divas in my Raw.
Was there?
Why did you do this to me? Summer Rae slaps Natalya to set up this eagerly anticipated feud between the two.
Yes.
What a good way to utilize the precious moments they have before WrestleMania. Summer picks up the victory on perhaps the worst actress ever to be on TV, Natalya.
She really is. She's awful.
She can wrestle, but she cannot act. That's all.
She can't do any, and she's on a reality show.
Yeah.
Why?
You don't watch
now are
it.
the
Don't
authorities.
moan.
Sorry?
You don't watch it. I watch it. I should moan, but
Nobody forces you to watch it.
It's not like you have to review it. Out now are the Authority. Awesome promo skills by Triple H, who talks about previous fads in professional wrestling. Who brings on Fandango from last year and how the fans have just thrown that away. Fandango is hyped to being a solid talent, a B-plus player, maybe even an A. But then Triple H says the fans just don't care. Stephanie gets a chorus of boos by mentioning that Daniel Bryan won't be here tonight before a video package of The Game begins. In it, several top superstars, past and present, are shown to lose to Triple H, regardless of their performances or catchphrases. But it's Steph's voiceover that really gets me on this part, however, as she ends the promo with, "And in the end, there's nothing. Nothing matters except for the game." Back in the ring, and Triple H mentions that he will show the world how he's the most powerful man in the WWE by walking out of WrestleMania as the COO, WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and all in all, strongest performer on the night. They go to leave, but suddenly, now I realize that I can't interrupt myself. Batista comes out wearing a Washington sports top, takes the mic with a mixed reaction, and, after all, gets some cheers, because we are in Washington. Yeah. Batista antagonizes the Authority by saying that Triple H is the brawns and Triple H is the brains and Stephanie is the brawn. Good comeback from the game, though, because he replies with, "Hey, that's funny. Did you get your shirt from the same gift shop as you bought those glasses?" Obviously alluding to Stephanie slapping the glasses of the Animal last week on Raw. Randy Orton interrupts again, as he always does, and talks up the slapping from last week, before Triple H makes the upcoming Randy Orton-Batista match later on tonight a no disqualification affair. Later tonight, Piper's Pit on Raw. The Usos and Los Matadores take on Ryback and the Real Americans in quite a good match that the crowd was really into. The ending comes when Swagger hits what I can only describe as a flying leg into an ankle lock, and then gets pinned after a switcheroo from the Matadores. And look who it is! Oh, it's Reza's favourite jobber, Damien Sandow. He teams with Fandango to take on the Rose Brothers, and surprise, surprise, Sandow is the one to get pinned as Goldust picks up the win for his team.
Can I just say, there has to be an end to this, because usually when somebody's on a losing streak, they just let it go. But the commentators are always saying, they're always hyping up his losing streak.
But there is no storyline, though.
But I think there's going to be something relevant. Or I hope there's going to be something relevant.
Like what?
I don't know, maybe a WWE World Heavyweight Championship title shot, who knows?
What? No! From a losing streak!
The giant battle memorial.
Hopefully.
If he wins the Battle Royal and then carries around the trophy for like the next year, that would be pretty cool.
That would be.
So even if he loses, he can be like, well, I've still got the trophy. See? Hey, theory of the week. I'm going to have to edit that now. Backstage promo containing the Shield. They talk about Kane tonight, and regardless of interference by the New Age Outlaws, the corporate Red Machine is in trouble. Bray Wyatt takes on, "I'm the Suntan Superman. What's up? What's up? What's up?" Guys, you know what's really funny? You gave me no reaction, which is exactly what the reaction that R-Truth gets every single week, because he is terrible. A squash match. Sister Abigail for the win as Bray goes over, and after the match, Luke Harper takes out Xavier Woods. I didn't even know he was there. Before the Wyatts pose in the ring, a spotlight centers on them, and a fourth Wyatt appears. Did anyone think that it could be anyone different at this moment, or?
I was shocked. I was shocked to see who it was. Really, like, it took me by surprise.
It was very, very different, right? It was. I mean, Bray looked shocked before the Wyatt number 4 takes off his mask and reveals himself to be...
Who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
I don't even want to say it.
It's your review, you kind of...
Surprise!
With a fighting
John Cena.
Difference is unforgiving. Got you backing up in the defensive position. I'm kicking anthem. I didn't want to say the word. Cena clears the ring of the family before posing, and Bray maneuvers himself to the stage and sits singing, "He's got the whole world in his hands." Such a creepy moment of Raw, but yet such an awesome segment. Lumberjill match next with Naomi and AJ Lee. Seriously, why do we have 2 Divas matches on the Go Home Raw? to WrestleMania. Naomi picks up the win after some interference from the Lumjills, and that's it. Because I took Imran's advice and I went for a tea break.
Oh,
Nice.
Cena backstage with Lover Girl. Renee Young. And Cena tells Bray that he better be careful what he wishes for. He concedes that being a monster for one day will secure his legacy. In the ring, and Jerry Lawler announces Dean Ambrose will face Kane. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's Roman Reigns, honestly. Did anyone even expect any different?
Not really.
especially when I vote for it.
The Shield looks stronger than ever as the New Age Outlaws interfere. But they get rid of the interference and they triple powerbomb Kane. Piper's Pit is here. And it's now that I realise it's only occurring to promote the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which, albeit isn't going to be a bad match, but it still isn't the way I'd use Piper. Suddenly, an interruption occurs. I came to play! And I put Mix, but I meant to put Miz, comes out to the ring. Insults galore before Sheamus, Titus O'Neil, Ziggler, and a bunch of other Battle Royal participants come out to fight in the ring, and Big Show ends up standing tall. Final match of the night, and it's no disqualifications between Batista and Randy Orton. They brawl all over the ring and even out onto the announcer's table before a sudden calamity is heard over commentary. Daniel Bryan is here. He attacks Triple H as Randy Orton comes to the aid of the COO. Bryan gets thrown into the steel steps by Orton as Steph checks on her husband before the GOAT is rolled into the ring. Bam! Spear by Batista on Orton. Flying knee that pinned John Cena, aka the knee plus Batista. Bryan gets a huge yes chant, and Raw goes off the air with Triple H looking annoyed on the stage. And that's Raw. That's your go home.
Yes. Overall, Raw, I didn't like it. The ending, I liked the final segment where we actually saw Triple H run away from Bryan like that. I liked it.
I mean, I think we discussed it earlier in the weekend. I wasn't too happy with it, but I think once you pointed out the main go home idea, in a sense, it really hit home in a sense, because it was terrible up until the final 5 minutes, and then when you're not using Daniel Bryan in a talking segment, he really gets over well, and I think that's exactly what they tried to do this week.
Yeah.
I remember reading something about Batista earlier this week. He said something about Daniel Bryan that he's happy for him and everything, that he's at the top of the world, but like 16 segments of Daniel Bryan does get boring, which I agree with in a sense.
This is what I was trying to say a couple of weeks ago. It's not entertaining when he comes out there, even if it's not 16 segments, if he just does the same sort of thing every week. So this is when he looks good when he's beaten down, when he's the massive underdog that they're making him out to be.
But what was your?
But he got the upper hand on the final go home show. What
were your best moments, if any, of this Raw?
The Bray Wyatt segment
I
with
agree.
Cena as well, I thought was very, very well done.
I agree with that. I thought Bray Wyatt kind of stole the show, but I also enjoyed Triple H's promo early in the night.
Yes.
I thought that was pretty good with the video package as well, just kind of showing him off a bit.
Only the game.
That ruined it a bit, but overall I thought that segment was.
Why did we get Stephanie to do the voiceover?
I have no idea. Surely you use that guy who just talks over every pay-per-view.
One man versus another man.
Yeah, not Stephanie McMahon. It doesn't seem as intimidating when she's speaking.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
But anyway, what rating would you give the final Raw before WrestleMania?
The final segment brought it up to a 3 for me.
3. And that's
Nice.
3 is good, but exactly, it's not something you'd expect on your final Raw. But obviously,
you want it to be a 5.
Yeah.
You wanted SmackDown to be a 5 and a Raw to be a 5 as well. But maybe SmackDown can redeem itself.
Oh, guys. And you're going to be in for a surprise. Because SmackDown kicks off less than 48 hours away from WrestleMania. And I finally have to say this live on air. SmackDown is the worst wrestling show produced.
There we go. Now it's out in the open.
I thought I'll never... That was hard for me to say. I thought I'll never say that.
We should tell the listeners that this was actually taped before Monday Night Raw. So
Was it?
Yeah, this was actually taped.
Oh, I don't know.
It wasn't even taped on Tuesday. As in, why would you dedicate a whole day to this SmackDown anyway? Let's be honest.
Yes, yeah. Well, I had to put myself through 2 hours of pain, and the night was kicked off with Dolph Ziggler coming out, and he faces Titus O'Neil. And the match itself was pretty good. It was back and forth between the two, but they both really messed up the Famouser, where Dolph Ziggler hit it, but didn't quite hit it. But they would have gotten away with it, but they chose not to sell it, basically.
Mm.
But the match was finished with a huge zigzag from out of nowhere. And I mean out of nowhere. I did not see this coming. It was nice from Dolph Ziggler. And then next we got another match, the Real Americans, where they faced Los Matadores because of what happened on Raw, where they had the switcheroo, the twin magic, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
The match itself was awful. And that... Seriously, yeah, it was awful. And that even ticked off Zeb Coulter, who smacked Cesaro in the face. And that fired up Cesaro.
Yeah, you can...
The match turned. It was a pretty decent match. And Cesaro got the win.
You sounded surprised.
Yeah.
Cesaro is constantly the A-plus performer that we really get to see.
Yeah, but the thing is, the first half of the match was actually awful. I hated it. But
Even Swagger looks good in that team.
It's unfortunate that they're going to break up with this one.
It is.
Unfortunate for Swagger, anyway.
Don't say that. Don't say that. As long as Cesaro gets a push, and not the Damien Sandow type of push. But
That's just below the belt. That was just uncalled for.
sorry. But then we got a segment full of promos. We got highlights of the Hall of Fame class, the WrestleMania host Hulk Hogan, Brock Lesnar vs Taker match, the Divas match, the Bray Wyatt match, Raw recaps. Then we got videos of the Shield, Kane. Then we got more videos of Kane attacking the Shield from 2 weeks ago. Randy Orton interview by Booker T. Then we get back to the Undertaker vs Brock Lesnar match. But then finally, something relevant. The final segment in all of WWE TV. Hulk Hogan is on SmackDown.
Ooh.
And he comes out pumped up, and he pumps up talking about WrestleMania. He hypes it a bit more, how he's the guest host, of how he feels like the WWE champion again, and how he's ready to add to his WrestleMania moments. And then he reveals the Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy yet again. He hypes up the Battle Royal a bit more, and then he closes by saying, "In closing, what are you going to do when Hulkamania, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and WrestleMania run wild on you?" And
So realistic.
It's like he's on the show.
guys, that was SmackDown.
What?
That
Yeah,
can we call this SmackDown?
That was like a 2-minute show. What?
Yeah.
it was awful. This whole show, what I went through, lasted 2 hours. And you might have noticed I never talk about the Raw replays that SmackDown has, the video highlights that SmackDown has. This week I had to, and that was most of my SmackDown review. This was an awful SmackDown. Awful go-home show.
I personally didn't watch SmackDown like I ever do, but I'm interested to see how was the editing for this SmackDown?
Oh, you know when you told me that it was taped before Raw?
Yeah.
That was okay because they brought up what happened on Raw as well.
Yeah.
So that editing-wise, it was okay.
Really?
But as in, don't get me wrong, it wasn't up to the SmackDown standards.
SmackDown has no
Was
standards.
very low standards.
Yeah.
So, but it was awful. It was awful. Can we just leave it as that? I can't even give it a rating. It's so
Really.
bad.
And there you have it. The final show before WrestleMania gets no rating from Imran. That is, it's pretty bad.
Yep. And I watched Total Divas. I would give Total Divas a rating, but not this show.
That's saying something, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm guessing Arif's silence also means he was not interested in SmackDown.
I just don't understand. I don't understand why it's so bad.
I say usually SmackDown is pretty bad, but this just set a new low. But
But the thing is, like, is this a representative of the whole WWE standards or WWE production or whatever you want to call it?
Well, they've already got their buys now, haven't they, really? Because of the WWE Network.
Yeah.
They're not really bothered about maybe promoting it anymore. Although I have heard some adverts on the radio
You
for
have?
WrestleMania. So
Ooh.
I don't know, maybe it's something different. But that might be because we're in the UK and we don't get the network,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah, we don't. So that brings up to my other question I want to ask you. How do we watch the second half of the pre-show?
well,
What does WWE expect us to do, basically?
again, we wouldn't condone this, but I'm sure you can find something online, possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So-
The internet is the
yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
It's all about the WWE Network for WWE.
But yeah, the WWE should have done something to accommodate those of us who can't get the WWE Network yet. Especially if they want the viewers. And I'm sure there are millions of viewers, millions and millions outside the US who can't obviously get the network as of now.
So what's going to be on the other half of the pre-show?
The second half of the pre-show
of the-
is the actual pre-show match, isn't it? The first half is hype.
I think it's the tag team match.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. So the first
So
half,
we can
I'm
miss
looking
that.
forward to.
we get to watch the hyping of the pre-show on WrestleMania. And
Oh.
we
So we
don't,
get to watch another SmackDown with all the video
Uh,
better than
packages.
SmackDown. Better than SmackDown.
I don't know because a lot happens at WrestleMania
Yeah.
with WrestleMania Access, so it'll just probably
Yeah.
be all WrestleMania Access.
Could be. It should be pretty cool to see what they do, but obviously we can't watch the actual pre-show match easily. That's a that's a problem. But I'm sure everyone will find a way to watch it somehow.
Also, guys, how long is the actual main WrestleMania show?
Apparently altogether it's about 5 hours.
5 hours, and then we have 2 hours for the pre-show.
I think it's 4 hours and then
Yeah.
1 hour of the pre-show and then 1 hour of the access pre-show as well. So
Something like that.
6, I believe.
Oh, 6.
6 hours of wrestling.
Either way, it should be a fun night. It's looking to be a great card. But guys, let's move on to the news, shall we?
Yep.
From the 24th of March onwards, let's take a look at what the world of WWE has had in store for us, and what better place to start than with the biggest news that broke a couple of days ago. Stone Cold Steve Austin will be at WrestleMania 30 tomorrow night. He confirmed at an airport in New Orleans to TMZ Sport, and he's told us to watch WrestleMania to see what he will be doing. Obviously, there are a lot of rumours as to what role he will play. He could be helping Daniel Bryan in one way. He could simply be a guest. Some people say he might call out CM Punk, who is also rumoured to be in New Orleans, saying that people are saying, as of last night, Punk was at a concert in Illinois, so I doubt... Well, he is possible to get to New Orleans, but I don't know. Maybe Punk will be there, maybe Punk won't.
If anybody can, it's CM Punk.
Yeah. But as...
Well, I mean, other people can get a flight as well, but...
They can. But yeah, Stone Cold, he could simply make a cameo, but I doubt he would travel across the country without hitting the stunner on someone or being relevant, especially since he hasn't been there.
3MB on WrestleMania.
Especially since he hasn't been there for 3 years, I doubt his return will be something small. But it should be great to hear the glass shattering once again on the 30th anniversary as well. And The Rock is rumoured to be there too, probably by satellite. We'll see.
Live via satellite.
Yeah. RVD is scheduled to make his WWE return on the post-WrestleMania 30 edition of Raw, which is also in New Orleans. According to one report, Van Damme is scheduled to remain back on WWE television for a run that should last several months. He is scheduled to be on Raw, but I have a gut feeling that he could be one of the 3 mystery members of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yep.
As I was saying about The Rock, WWE has contacted several former WWE superstars appearing in cameos at WrestleMania 30. WWE has contacted every megastar from the past 30 years that are still alive, obviously, with 6 hours of programming on April the 6th. There obviously is enough time for a number of cameos and segments with past stars. There are only a limited amount of tickets left for WrestleMania 30 through traditional means. The Superdome has sent a mailer to people that offers discount tickets. This means they don't think they're going to sell out at this point in time without lowering the price. There's actually still over 8,000 tickets left on StubHub, which are selling either at market value or lower for the cheaper seats. Only the good seats, the really good seats, are going above market value. The first few rows are selling for about $10,000 each. The bottom line is the stadium will be full on April the 6th, but the ticket demand isn't as high as the last 2 years. WWE reportedly sent out an online survey on potential new WWE video games that could be released later online. I've noted down a few potential games from the survey. It's I just want to see a reaction to the synopsis they give of each of these games. Let's start with this one. Trouble always seems to find a way to WWE Universe. Play as either John Cena or Daniel Bryan and go off on an adventure to rescue the Bella Twins, who have been kidnapped by the evil Mr. McMahon. Venture through 50 stages to rescue the twins, grabbing extra powers and goodies over land, water, air, and fire along the way.
Oh, Mario,
that
better
so
watch out. Sounds like we've got a new Mario game on the way.
Next one is a turn-based combat role-playing game where you can assemble and lead teams of superstars and divas. Your mission is to protect the WWE Universe from the clutches of evil wrestlers from another dimension.
Pokemon.
This is Pokemon.
Team Rocket.
So Mario better watch out. Pokemon better watch out.
Oh yeah, these seem like legitimate contenders to me to take them out of the market. Number 3, you're the boss. Manage the ultimate team of WWE superstars. Pick your favorite wrestlers, train them, and have them fight your friends and other opponents in the ring.
Wait a minute. That's Pokemon as well.
Really?
Yeah.
No, hang on.
Pick your team, train them, have them fight your other friends.
That seems quite similar to me.
Oh, crap.
It's two Pokemon games.
Number 4, wait till number 5. That kind of gives it all away. And number 4, the WWE Universe is way too big for just one superstar. Collect a series of WWE Superstar action figures, each with unique abilities that unlock certain challenges and portals, and bring them to life on the big screen via your game console. Only you can put the Skylanders it is. Only you can put the right superstar against the right challenge to save the WWE Universe, put the action figures in the ring, and let the adventures begin.
The difference between this concept and the others is I quite like this.
Okay, this one in my 7th or 8th word just gives it all away.
Okay. Join
an epic adventure with the Angry Birds in the WWE Universe. Use your favorite wrestling moves and slingshot your way through the action-packed journey from Wrestlemania to Royal Rumble, facing the biggest WWE superstars of all time. Can you become the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion with the help of the Angry Birds? Yeah. Well, there you have it. There's some of the ideas.
Talk about being creative, WWE.
Yeah. But I'm not going to be playing these games, but I just thought it'd be fun to read a few of the funny ones that...
Well, I think it's only fair that we review them sometime in the future.
Oh God.
WWE.com has posted a new article online looking at the top 10 WrestleMania matches that almost happened. Here's the list, which I thought were pretty interesting. I don't know why it didn't happen. Obviously, we don't know the circumstances. WrestleMania 17, Mr. McMahon versus Mick Foley. WrestleMania 10, I think it was, IRS, the Head Shrinkers, Rick Martel, Jeff Jarrett versus Tatanka, the Smoking Guns, Bob Holly, and the 1-2-3 Kid. Ric Flair versus Hulk Hogan was also scheduled to happen.
Huge match.
A boxing match at WrestleMania 17, Mike Tyson versus Triple H. A Miami Street fight between Goldust and Razor Ramon. Big Show versus Shaquille O'Neal, the basketball player, was also supposed to happen. I think that was at WrestleMania 27 or 28. I'm glad that didn't happen. But this one was good. This one, I think it was WrestleMania 20, could have been 21, 22, something like that. Or even later. John Cena versus Jay-Z and Fabulous in a battle rap.
Wait, what?
Are you joking?
I am not joking. That article isn't WWE.com. That's a great way to use Cena, your biggest superstar. Kane versus X-Pac at WrestleMania 2000. Mankind versus Vader at WrestleMania 13. And of course the big one, which never happened, was supposed to happen at WrestleMania 18. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan. As we know, they went with The Rock instead, and I'm sure I've talked about that a little last week.
I think that was the better choice, to be fair.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
WWE decided to have The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar open Raw, as I've said in his review. The reason they did this was because they wanted to have, and I quote there, big guns against the series finale of How I Met Your Mother, which, on a different note, I was disappointed by.
Terrible. Yeah. Terrible ending.
CM Punk and AJ Lee are engaged to be married. CM Punk proposed within the last month or so, and AJ is expected to move to Chicago, Illinois shortly. Apparently there were sightings of two at the New Orleans airport, but I'm guessing people were just speculating. They were in Tampa Bay airport there. A fan approached them. AJ Lee told the fan she's getting married, she's going to move in with CM Punk, and she showed off engagement ring, and the fan took a picture of it. So yeah.
Nice.
The following...
Congratulations,
I says through gritted teeth. These are just some of the highlights of an interview with Chris Jericho from the Boston Herald interview. I thought it was pretty interesting. On his
Break the walls down.
on his
What does it say?
on his WrestleMania 30 status, he said, "I'm not part of it and I won't be a part of it. And it was my choice to sit out this year." So I'm guessing they did contact him.
They don't know they got you it's what you want.
Yeah, wasn't it part of the news a few weeks ago where
Baby, you know the Judas and I'm the priest.
Should have said that.
he was supposed to come back, but creative
Baby, what I got is not what you
Well, I
need.
mean, they asked him the reason
Yeah.
he decided not to return. He said,
Step into your reign in the range of the beast.
he did say, if I'm going to be at WrestleMania, it's going to be in a position that I can sink my teeth into, a position that I think is significant enough for somebody of Y2J's experience, level and not. Yeah, basically that's what he said. Basically, it's not interesting, so he's not going to come back because he knows everyone wants to see Lesnar, Undertaker, Triple H, Batista, and Daniel Bryan. How many spots are there for him at this point?
Break the walls down.
That was brilliant timing, Arif. That was good.
I was waiting.
Yeah.
I was waiting for so long. Perfect.
During the Raw broadcast a couple of days ago, almost a week ago, Triple H noted on commentary that there will be a flyover prior to this Sunday night's WrestleMania 30 pay-per-view. The planes will fly over the stadium right as the show goes live on pay-per-view. I don't think there was a flyover last year, was there?
There was one a couple of years ago,
A
though.
couple of years ago. But I'm sure they were
I'm
saying...
sure there was last year.
yeah, it was outdoor as well, wasn't it? And there wasn't... Oh well. This is something I touched on a little earlier. Obviously, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail right now. Paul Heyman was recently interviewed by thisisinfamous.com. He was there to promote WrestleMania 30 as expected, but also he teased a new Paul Heyman guy. Just a little snippet from that interview. The question was, will there be a new Paul Heyman guy? He replied with, "Oh, absolutely. I've already signed a new Paul Heyman guy. We're going to broadcast his identity and we're going to publicize and promote it and present it and market it and make it as big a splash as humanly possible regarding to this new Paul Heyman guy." So, we'll see. We'll see who is on the possible shortlist a little later on.
Yeah. I've got a question. By him going on like that, does it mean... Do you think he's being sarcastic?
He could be sarcastic, but I mean, there is news of Lesnar obviously going off TV after WrestleMania, and that takes Paul Heyman out as well. I think they want to keep Paul Heyman on TV, so obviously I don't think there's going to be somebody who was in a Curtis Axel position or a Michael McGillicuddy position and try. I think it's going to be a mid-level superstar, and then move up from there, which is possible. Obviously, as I said, we will discuss that a little later on. According to sources, there is a feeling behind the scenes in WWE that Brock Lesnar should have been booked differently for the build-up to his match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. The report said that...
Agreed.
Pardon?
Agreed.
The report said that WWE feels that Lesnar should have come off as more of a threat to The Undertaker and his streak going into the match. This man had originally made the call for Undertaker to go throughout the entire build-up without being touched. He later changed the plan for the last Raw before WrestleMania, which obviously, as I've said, Lesnar gave Undertaker the F5. However, the call was there to have Lesnar make a sneak attack from behind, and the announcers made out Lesnar to be a coward. Not the best booking, but obviously, as I'm sure we've all said, Paul Heyman is the reason this match should be one to look forward to.
Relevant in a sense as well, because without Paul Heyman there, it would just be a very, very boring Undertaker Brock Lesnar feud.
I think the other interesting part in this is the fact that they've already had a bit of history together, so we know there's a bit of tension, but Paul Heyman just elevates the status of this match.
See, but they never really picked up on that. They never really focused on the previous tension.
I don't think you can, because I think basically WWE wants us to, forget about the American Badass Undertaker.
Yes.
That's the only thing. Obviously, we are going to remember it. We're not going to...
You want to go?
Yeah.
You want to go to WrestleMania? You want to do it?
They're finally doing it tomorrow night. While Sting will be in the New Orleans area for WrestleCon this weekend, his representatives have said he will not appear at anything else, which includes WrestleMania 30. Obviously, this could be a cover-up. They're not going to announce it. His debut is scheduled to happen at the following Raw, or it could be a legitimate announcement. WrestleCon people have paid for Sting's round-trip ticket out of New Orleans once the convention is over, But personally, I have had the feeling for a while Sting signed his contract a while ago, and he will be on Raw the next night. That's my opinion. What about you guys?
Yeah.
Do you think he's signed?
I think he's signed. I think he's signed for one match, which I don't like, but it would make sense.
What?
You don't like it?
We've discussed this before. 1 minute. Hold on. How can you not like Undertaker versus Sting?
I would rather have more matches from Sting. I'd rather see more
okay.
Yeah.
from Sting. That's why I'm not happy with the one match.
But then who else could he legitimately face?
At his age as well, he can't fight on...
Apart from Kane, there's no one else that I would like to see him face. And obviously the Kane match would be a build-up to the Undertaker.
You don't want to see him fight Triple H, he'll just get buried. So that's out of the equation already.
And then people like Cena, Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan, it doesn't really suit his style.
I think
It doesn't suit, but you could use him in. You can incorporate him into a rivalry.
I think
you could have him team up with Daniel Bryan in a tag team match or something.
I personally think
you could actually have him do a lot more than just face the Undertaker.
I think if Sting has no match throughout the entire year, but we hear the announcement on the first Raw that he'll fight the Undertaker, that will be a lot more effective than having fighting here and there. That's personally.
Yeah, definitely.
I think, as I've said, the only logical choice is Kane. If that happens, and then the Undertaker, fair enough, that works also. But I'd rather see Sting and Undertaker being built up for a whole year. Sting remaining active on TV, of course, not just going away and coming back like The Rock or something.
Yeah.
But if he,
But
if
fair enough. But I think with the Sting, because he's not being on WWE, the new fans don't know who Sting is.
Forget the new fans.
Don't
The
know
old-
his legacy.
The old fans will make up for it.
Sting needs to be introduced into the WWE. He needs to have more than just one match in WWE for that to happen.
We'll
But
see. He might have
we
even
shall
signed.
see.
He might have even signed, really. So we'll wait and see what happens. According to sources, Rey Mysterio's current WWE contract will expire later this month, and he hasn't signed a new deal as of this writing. It should be noted that many people now expect him to re-sign with the company, but that obviously is only a deal that allows him to work limited dates. The company also wants him to they want to use him as a brand ambassador for Latin America. He's pretty much doing that right now because he's overseas promoting the WWE in Wrestlemania. I'm sure you've noticed WWE have had Alberto Del Rio score 2 clean victories in a row over Intercontinental Champion Big E on television. This is because they're planning on doing a Del Rio vs Big E singles program for the WWE Intercontinental Championship after WrestleMania 30, so that will be a feud. As of right now, the plan is for the two to have the title match at the upcoming Extreme Rules pay-per-view, which is in New Jersey, I think.
Hooray, Big E might be relevant again.
Yep, that's good for Del Rio as well. I'd rather see Big E will move up a little bit with the help of Del Rio, for sure. If Del Rio's on the microphone a lot more anyway.
Yeah.
Apparently the reason WWE decided to induct Scott Hall into the WWE Hall of Fame under his Razor Ramon character is in fact due to plans for a future NWO induction, where he will be obviously inducted as Scott Hall. There has been, in relation to the Hall of Fame, which I think is tonight, isn't it, guys?
It is? Oh, wow.
Yes, there has been discussion regarding the possibility of inducting Kevin Nash under his Diesel character next year, and they'll save Kevin Nash, his real, obviously, persona, along with Scott Hall for the future NWO induction.
OMG, Kevin Nash, WTF, thought he was dead, LOL.
That was really good. There's an interesting piece from Harley Race I found online this week. Harley Race recently spoke about Daniel Bryan winning the title at WrestleMania if it happens. Two of the highlights I picked out were obviously the first one on Daniel Bryan winning the title at WrestleMania. He said, well, if Bryan does, it will surprise me. Just being able to talk a great match and performing great matches 6-7 nights a week is a different ball game because it is a different time. This one This one surprised me on the most. On the best wrestler today. Any guesses on who he said?
I mean, it's Harley Race, so it's obvious who he picked.
Right now, I'd have to say Hunter, because I watched his style. He's a lot of mind, and he took it and put it to a frame that became his. He's just good at what he does.
Really, Hunter?
He's just saying that he's the best wrestler, but then Triple H has used his style to become the best wrestler.
Wasn't he trained by Harley Race, though?
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, he's going to say...
At this time, it's been reported that the match finishes for the top matches at WrestleMania 30 have been decided. One finish that's up in the air is the Divas title match. I won't say what the feeling is now, just for the predictions later on, but I'm sure you can tell what the idea is for there. Going back to the Hall of Fame for tonight, here's the latest on who will induct the majority of the Hall of Fame class. Lita will be inducted by Trish Stratus. Jacob Roberts will be inducted by DDP. Carlos Colon will be inducted by sons Carlito and Eddie and his nephew Orlando, as we know as Diego and Fernando de los Matadores. Mr. T will be inducted by Hulk Hogan. Paul Bearer will be inducted by his sons and not The Undertaker. The Ultimate Warrior will be inducted by Linda McMahon. I don't know why. Scott Hall, at the minute, no one is confirmed at this time. Kevin Nash and Shawn Michaels are rumoured, but obviously we'll have to watch the Hall of Fame somehow.
It's me. It's DDP. They probably do too.
We'll see. Kevin Nash and Shawn Michaels wouldn't be too far.
We'll see. It's DDP.
Good one, Arif. Good one. Charles Wright, who played the Godfather and Papa Shango, is in New Orleans and is staying at the official WWE hotel. He's been brought in by the WWE, and it is a 95% chance he will be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
It's going to be a trainer coming.
Yeah. We'll see him added to this match as a surprise entrant. As I've said, Rob Van Dam is also a possibility. Roddy Piper also teased he might get physical.
Oh, there's one superstar that is not being used in or mentioning. I want to see him return. Make his comeback. Evan Bourne.
Oh, it wouldn't be... Yeah, good place to make a comeback. But as I've said, I'm holding out for Chris Jericho. If it's the 30th anniversary of your biggest show, you can't have it without Jericho.
He did this again.
Yeah, but it's not as bad as the first time. And finally...
You know what you got, you want. It's what you want.
According to people who were at Access last night, they've been reporting that CM Punk merchandise is still being sold by the WWE at Access.
Spoilers.
Which, we'll see what happens.
Unless they get rid of stock.
Who knows, yeah, just sell it really cheap. But yeah, guys, with that is the news, and we'll obviously have a lot more next week on the fallout of WrestleMania 30.
WrestleMania 30, the big one.
Where it all begins again. And what better way to start, maybe, the WrestleMania season with a recap of the best theory of the week.
Mm-hmm.
One final time before WrestleMania.
Okay.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and this is exactly what's going to go down. Triple H will lose to Daniel Bryan via the knee plus, but get beaten down after the match by The Game, with a view to not let Bryan make it to the WrestleMania main event. But the main event happens and Bryan comes out as planned, with taped up ribs showing signs of injury. He defies the odds, however, and even deals with interferences from Triple H to pick up the victory from either Batista or Orton. Then, as Bryan is celebrating in the ring like the happy little goat he is, Triple H will pick up the mic and say, "Well done, Bryan. You've proved me wrong. You've proved everyone wrong. You're an A-plus player. Or, at least you would be, if you can beat one more opponent tonight." Suddenly and without hesitation, CM Punk's music will hit. Yep, that's right. Corporate man Punk. Punk gets the ring and has clearly sold out now, as he has taken no notice of the crowd chanting his name. Bryan shakes his head, defiantly saying no, but to no avail. And CM Punk and Daniel Bryan will have a match, one-on-one, no disqualification, for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Bryan will hit the knee plus. 1, 2, no. Another interference by Triple H. Cue the massive beatdown from the Authority, Batista, and Orton. When suddenly, Hulk Hogan's music will hit, and the guest host will make his way down to the ring. But he'll amble there because he can't walk very fast. And then CM Punk will hit the GTS before he can get there to claim the WWE World Heavyweight title as his own. And that is my recap of the theory of the week. But before we go on, because it's WrestleMania, it wouldn't be the WrestleMania weekend without another theory of the week, right?
Oh, everyone's in for a treat this week.
It's magical, it's mystical, because without it, it wouldn't be WrestleMania season. But this time, let's take our attention to Bray Wyatt versus John Cena. You see, WrestleMania isn't only the showcase of the Immortals, no. It's also responsible for the creation of new talents, such as Fandango and Floyd Money Mayweather.
What an example that was.
Well, it was either him or Akibono, but I went with Floyd. Now witness the arrival of another superstar. Or should I say superstaress? Because Paige, a.k.a. Sister Abigail, would make herself known in this match, costing Cena the victory and cementing her place by the side of Bray Wyatt forevermore. WrestleMania 30, where it all begins again.
What?
Or, guys, it could just be Nikki Bella or something.
Yeah. I think there are two very bold predictions. I will applaud you if
One of them is right.
If either of them actually happen as detailed as you put it. Obviously, it is possible. We'll have to see what happens. But I thought you would have put because obviously Stone Cold Steve Austin is rumored to play a role. I thought you would include him in some way.
See, the only problem I have with Stone Cold is if they use him in the main event, then it negates the idea that Hulk Hogan is the guest host. And so that's why I think Hulk Hogan is the only person that can come to Bryan's aid.
See, the problem with Hulk Hogan is he can't hit a leg drop.
He can't walk, as I said.
Yeah, he can at least hit a stunner. And with Stone Cold recently reaffirming his theory, his stolen theory, basically, that he stole, not you.
Yeah. Can we focus on this, actually? Go on. Imran, please go ahead.
Well,
everyone needs to listen to this.
Well, Stone Cold, if you're listening, I apologize, but let's be honest, you did steal this theory off Arif.
You did.
A month or two ago. And, obviously it would fit well, CM Punk returning, like Arif and Stone Cold said, and then Stone Cold comes out, stunner, but it's too late. CM Punk gets his WrestleMania main event moment.
That's it. That's what I'm talking about. I like the fact that my name and Stone Cold's name are linked there.
He stole your theory.
Arif, credit where credit's due. Raza recently had his name linked to Chris Jericho.
Yeah, there we go.
Raza,
we're two of the same.
Yeah, we are. I think the positive take from there, although he might have stolen your theory, it just proves Stone Cold a listener to the Main Event podcast.
Yep, definitely.
But yeah, obviously, if you agree or disagree with Arif's theory, please let us know. And as I said, bold statements from Arif. Should be interesting to see what happens tomorrow night. I will be watching that very, very closely. Now, guys, moving on to one of our two discussions. Well, before the WrestleMania 30 discussion, I touched on something twice a little earlier on the show. A new Paul Heyman guy. Imran said he could simply be playing this off as nothing. He might just be being sarcastic, but let's pretend there is. Well, let's just assume there is a potential Paul Heyman guy. As in, there could be, because I don't think WWE would want to keep him off TV until Brock Lesnar decides to make his return 5 months later. So, guys, I think the best thing we can do is speculate. Who could the lucky individuals be?
Well, I want to throw in a name. Raza, you mentioned, that creative haven't been using him properly, or have they? Damien Sandow.
Before you go on with Sandow, I'd just like to point out, givemesport.com/Raza/Gazi, you can read my article on this. Damien Sandow is on the list.
Oh my God. Oh no.
He is on the list. As I said, I have highlighted this might be more of a fantasy than a reality, but it's still possible.
Hallelujah, as they say.
Yeah.
There's one I want to throw your way. I don't know if it could happen straight after WrestleMania, but if I wrote The Shield / Roman Reigns.
Oh. I see. I haven't even put any thought into this, so that would be amazing.
It wouldn't, only because Roman Reigns will be an incredible face.
No, but he needs a mouthpiece.
Yes, that's what I highlighted. He needs someone to talk for him. Who better than the best person on the microphone
exactly.
in the WWE?
He doesn't. Roman Reigns has improved.
He's improved, but around Paul Heyman, he will become the best.
He can't go heel. He can't go heel.
He might not have to go heel. Obviously, it is a little tricky with Paul Heyman, but saying that when you work opposite the Shield, instead of a third member to replace Roman Reigns, why not have a manager instead?
Perfect.
It's logical. It could happen.
It'll be a CM Punk situation, so Roman Reigns will get cheered.
Yeah.
But he's heel. It doesn't make a difference. It's perfect.
Another one that Arif might like, The Miz.
Yes! Oh my god, yes, this is awesome.
The Miz.
Back to play.
That could happen. Another final one, which I wasn't going to put in my article, but I thought...
Does it begin with a D?
No, it doesn't begin with a D. It's frustrating because he's got so much talent. Obviously, it's being wasted on an elevating podium every single week. And what?
Great Khali.
He elevates the podium.
Yeah,
he is the podium.
I think Wade Barrett is somebody who does need a bit of help right now.
Yes.
There is limited amount of things you can do.
I can see it going the same way as Curtis Axel and people not caring about him.
That's the thing is. So the thing is, I think I might have pointed this out a few weeks ago, but Wade Barrett was a person who had huge potential. Who okay, fair enough. He did have a push. He didn't run with it, but Paul Heyman would be that perfect guy to make him into that main eventer that he could be.
I think the situation is a little different with Curtis Axel because Curtis Axel just has no personality, whereas Wade Barrett does come across as a brash, confident show off.
Yeah,
and
I mean he was on the pre-show and he did come off pretty well.
Now at the minute we've highlighted Wade Barrett, The Shield, Roman Reigns, The Miz, Damien Sandow. They're the ones I wrote in the article. One I haven't wrote in the article is one I want to discuss with you now. I was going to put him in the article, but I thought, you know what, it's probably a little over the top. But thinking about it, it could happen. Paul Heyman played a key role in the streak last year, where one of his guys was CM Punk, and it was a loss. This year, his guy is Brock Lesnar, and he is against The Undertaker again. I think Paul Heyman's client, or his next Paul Heyman guy, could be someone who is expected to challenge the streak next year, and that man is Sting.
Oh.
Now that just blows the doors open.
It's, as I said, it's possible. You cannot rule anything out. Who says Sting has to be the face? Well, they both have to be faces. He's going to get cheers regardless, isn't it?
Oh, that is... But then that takes away Sting for a year. That takes away Paul Heyman for a year. So I guess it's...
As in, it would be great to see, because it would be not only the chance for Sting to end the streak, The Undertaker to take on his biggest foe who he's never met face-to-face, but it's going to be Paul Heyman's third attempt at the streak, even though he's not in the ring.
And I think that would cement this challenge from Sting being Undertaker's biggest challenge. And what better way to introduce Sting than by having him team up with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman, the greatest manager of all time.
I don't think it suits Sting, though. I really don't. As much as Paul Heyman is amazing, I don't think that it suits Sting. It's a difficult...
Unless Paul Heyman, by marketing on the biggest whatever stage or whatever, he's referring to a returning Paul Heyman guy.
I hope it's not CM Punk.
You don't?
No, I don't like the idea.
It makes sense. It goes back to our stolen theory of...
It does make sense, but...
No, let's not get it twisted. I didn't steal it. Stone Cold
stole it, yes.
Before we move on from this...
stole.
Before we move on from this...
And that's the bottom line.
Can I move on?
Oh, hell yeah.
I'll begin with Iman. From the names we've just mentioned, or any other names that might not have mentioned, who do you think could be the next Paul Heyman guy? If there is a Paul Heyman guy.
I think the beauty about Paul Heyman is the fact that he would actually work with anyone. I mean, Curtis Axel wasn't brilliant,
right back,
but he was still relevant at a certain point with Paul Heyman.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Anyone that he sees potential in. Sorry, I just wanted to drop that in there, because I think he saw a lot of potential with Curtis Axel and Ryback, and obviously CM Punk, Brock Lesnar in the past. He knows what he wants from his talent, RVD even. So, yeah.
So can we drop any names as to who we believe it could be?
I'm really excited for the Roman Reigns aspect. Now, I really want that to happen.
I would like Roman Reigns to happen.
I think everyone else that you've mentioned doesn't need the help of a Paul Heyman character on the microphone.
It just makes sense,
Obviously,
doesn't
Paul
it?
Heyman associated with anyone is immense. It doesn't matter who you are, even if you're John Cena and you're amazing on the mic.
I think Roman Reigns is the one. He has everything, the look. The only thing he's lacking, not so bad that he's not going to advance as a superstar, but the one thing he needs help with is a voice, and Paul Heyman's the guy you call.
I mean, if you look at Paul Heyman's influences on the two biggest clients he's ever had, Brock Lesnar and CM Punk, it's been completely different. Obviously, Punk amazing on the mic, but yeah, and Brock Lesnar wasn't. But yeah, it really shows that he can add value to any superstar.
Considering people are projecting Roman Reigns to carry the WWE into the future. Yeah. So yeah. Let us know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. Email us. Who do you think should be the next Paul Heyman guy? And check out the articles as well. They're all on GiveMeSport.com on my page. Or you can just type my name in on Google. They will come up as the first or second link. And yep.
This is my apologies. This is my favorite part of the year, guys. WrestleMania season, as I've probably already got alluded to in the past. And what better way to end our go-home show than by predicting the WrestleMania card and the WrestleMania results. And as it's WrestleMania 30, it's the big one, I propose a small wager between the two of you regarding the Showcase of the Immortals. Imran versus Razar in our main event on the WWE main event podcast, even, in a WrestleMania prediction game, with the loser having to do a full review of a WWE-related movie of my choice on the next week's show. And I'm going to tell you that movie right now. It's going to be WWE Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
Oh my word. Then again, if Imran can sit through Hours of SmackDown, I am positive I can sit through a movie of your choice.
Well,
yoinks?
Well, I watch Raw, SmackDown, main event, occasionally Superstars, and Total Divas. Scooby-Doo would be a bit of a treat for me.
Imagine, Arif, Imran has to review SmackDown and has to review Scooby-Doo in the same week.
See, you guys are not looking at the negatives.
Okay.
You're only looking at the positives, which is fine, which is good. Get yourself pumped up to lose. But the positives are this. Obviously, you know, if you lose, you have to watch Scooby-Doo. If you win, guys, you will earn one ticket, because I will be the other person, one ticket to WrestleMania 30 itself. How does that sound?
What?
We'll go to WrestleMania 30 together.
Yes.
I need to win this. I need to win this.
Yep.
I'm packed up.
Before you do begin your prediction, can I do I have permission for another cheap plug?
Yeah, of course.
GiveMeSport.com, my preview of WrestleMania 30 is there if you want to check it out. I know we're like a day away from WrestleMania, but if you're listening today, please check that out.
Yeah, and get ready to fly out as soon as the event's over for WrestleMania 30. That's how it works. We're going to have to go through the space-time continuum. Each of you will pick one wrestler to win each match for 3 points each. Okay. With a maximum of 3 superstars for the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, ranging from most to least likely, with the scoring system based on that. So 3 points for your most likely, 2 points for your second most likely, and 1 point for your least likely.
Okay.
The same can be said for the Divas match. Okay, so 3 superstars or 3 divas for that as well. Along with this, correct guesses for guest superstar appearances will also net you 1 bonus point each.
Nice.
Up to a maximum of 3 selected. Picks will be alternate for the Battle Royal, the Divas match, and the guest superstars. Okay?
Okay.
Does everyone understand the rules?
Yep.
So without further ado, let's get the show on the road. And we're going to start with the pre-show match. It's the Usos, the tag team champions, versus the Real Americans, versus Las Matadores, versus Rybacksel. And I'm going to flip a coin to make it as fair as possible. Just give me 1 second here. Make it as fair as possible. I'm gonna let Imran pick heads or tails.
Heads.
Oh, and it is. Well, it landed halfway, so I'm gonna. It's tails, my friend. I apologize.
Tails.
So, Imran,
That's out of 3.
you don't get the. Well, we. Really? Reza, you get first pick, but then alternative. We'll do alternate picks, so it's fine. So Reza, who are you going to pick for the pre-show match?
I am going to go with the Usos retaining their WWE Tag Team Championships.
Reza goes with the Usos. Ah,
I'm sure they can be
Imran?
similar picks, can't they? If
Yeah,
we
of course,
genuinely
of
believe
course.
it, yeah.
You can.
The only ones you can't pick the same superstars on are the Divas Battle Royal, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and the guest superstars.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm going to stick with the Usos. They're on fire. They're great, and they shouldn't lose the titles, basically. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so Reza and Imran both go for the Usos for 3 points, potentially. Next match is the Vicky Guerrero Divas Battle Royal. It's AJ Lee versus Naomi, Emma, Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, Aksana, Eva Marie, Tamina, Rosa Mendez, Summer Rae, Natalia, Alicia Fox, Layla, and Cameron for the WWE Divas Championship. Imran, who is your first pick and who is the most likely for you?
The first pick. I'm going to go with AJ Lee retaining the Divas Championship.
Imran gets AJ Lee for his first pick. And Rosa, now you can pick anyone apart from AJ Lee.
My first pick, to most likely win, I'm going to go with Naomi.
Oh, Naomi. Pirate Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
Imran, do you have a second pick?
My second pick. Can I pick Naomi again?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, that's against the rules, and you lose a pick.
No. Just a question.
Please, go ahead.
Well, I'm going to go with, a win for Brie Bella, only because her fiance, Daniel Bryan, or Bryan Danielson, could win the main event. 2 champions, a wedding straight away after WrestleMania. The perfect story.
Yeah, we didn't actually pick up on the wedding. That's going to happen soon. So
Did you guys get your invite? I'll pick you lot up.
yeah, I've got mine.
yeah.
The thing is, it says, "Would you like a +1?" But obviously, AJ is now engaged to CM Punk, so I guess I don't really have anyone to take.
Yep. But Arif, we're going to go straight to the wedding straight after we go WrestleMania when I win this.
No,
Confidence.
fantastic.
Confidence.
Reza will have to meet you there, flying by yourself. Reza, number 2.
My pick number 2 is going to be Tamina Snuka.
Tamina.
And my final pick, my number 3, will be Natalia.
Oh, what?
That's fine.
So basically throwing away.
WWE loves her. I don't. But let's hope she doesn't pee her pants in this match.
Imagine that, 18,000 people. Oh, that's pressure.
Oh, God.
Matt,
Where's that final pick
can
from yourself?
you just read out the divas remaining?
Yeah, of course. So you've got Emma, Nikki Bella, Aksana, Eva Marie, Rosa Mendez, Summer Rae, Alicia Fox, Layla, and Cameron.
Let's be honest. It's probably not any of the...
Would you like all of the above?
If that's an option, can I?
Unfortunately, it's not. Unfortunately, but it depends. If Imran is happy with you getting the rest,
I will...
Obviously not. But
I would go with Nikki Bella, but going to Imran's point, I don't think it would be nice of having her sister have the Divas Championship while she's getting married. So I will go with... I don't know why I'm going this, but I'm going to say Emma.
what?
Oh, come on.
No love for Summer Rae.
Look at the remaining options, apart from Summer Rae.
Fair enough.
Eva Marie? Really?
Fair enough. Fair enough, Reza. And you get first pick with
Ooh.
the Shield versus Kane and the New Age Outlaws.
I am going to... It's only going to go one way. I think the Shield will take this.
Yep, Reza goes Shield. Imran?
it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Shield as well. I don't see it going to the Kane and the corporate suck-ups. Yeah.
Fair enough. Imran, you get your first pick for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Would you like to hear the confirmed names?
Do I pick all three names?
You just pick one. Alternate picks.
Alternative picks. Well, I'm going to go with one guy who likes to fight, and that is Sheamus. I think Sheamus is going to come out as the clear winner.
Sheamus is your first pick. Ruzza, who's your first pick?
I am going to go with, I think he is tailor-made to win this match. A fitting tribute, the Big Show.
Also known as Andre the Giant's son. Imran, second pick?
Second pick.
You got such names as Santino Marella, the Great Khali, R-Truth, sometimes Superman himself. Brad Maddox is confirmed for the match.
Is Christian confirmed for the match?
Yep.
He is at the moment, but it's...
Okay, I'll go with Alberto Del Rio.
Okay, Del Rio it is.
Even though he is going to be in a rivalry with Big E.
Yeah, I guess that's...
A waste of a pick. My second one, I will go with Dolph Ziggler.
Oh.
Dolph Ziggler.
And my third pick, I'm going to go with everybody's favourite jobber, Damien Sandow.
Well, yeah, I'm happy if you win with that. I'm not going to dispute that.
It is only worth 1 point, so...
Yeah. My final
I've got
pick
nothing to lose.
is going to be Titus O'Neil.
What?
Ooh.
Titus
Titus?
O'Neil. Of course,
That's a surprise.
should we do the bark, all of us, in sync?
Sounds like a seal.
What?
Guys, John Cena versus Bray Wyatt.
Oh, do we not get to pick the surprise entrance?
Oh, would you like to? I was gonna add that in slightly later on, and that would
Oh no, that's fine. Sorry, we'll go with your order. My apologies.
Yeah, no problem. John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. We're gonna go with Ruzza first.
This is, if I was going to recommend anyone to impress their friends, I'd say pick this as your match of the night. Both superstars will impress. Probably 50-50, you can go either way, but my instinct tells me Bray Wyatt will win this match. John Cena will put Bray Wyatt over on the grandest stage of them all.
John Cena?
No, I said Bray Wyatt.
What's that, sorry?
I said Bray Wyatt.
You said Bray Wyatt?
I said John Cena will put Bray Wyatt over.
Are you changing it to John Cena? Okay, I'll change it.
No, I said Bray Wyatt. Husky Harris.
Definitely John Cena?
Husky.
Oh, you mean Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Okay. Imran, what about yourself?
See, I'm having troubles because John Cena is supposed to be this sympathetic hero. He's supposed to be WWE's hero. So why would WWE have him lose his legacy, as Eminem put it, at WrestleMania? That's why I'm going to go with John Cena. I want Bray Wyatt to win. I believe he can win. But I think John Cena.
Well, I said it's 50-50, isn't it? Because when you look
It really is.
Because when you look at it, Bray Wyatt has been on a roll every pay-per-view. He's beat everyone. Yep. Where Cena's return has not gone as smoothly on pay-per-views. So I don't know. My instinct tells me Bray Wyatt. It should be interesting though to see how that match is won.
Yeah.
Maybe
out of this whole card, going away from the predictions slightly, out of the whole card, this is the match I'm looking forward to watching because of the in-ring action. John Cena, the greatest probably wrestler they've got right now, and look at Bray Wyatt. He's had the greatest matches so far this year. It's going to be awesome.
Arif, do I get any bonus points because I said Bray Wyatt, and I can say your theory will come true? That page will be...
Unfortunately, no bonus points, but you do get bragging rights if you get it.
Yes. I'll take that.
Obviously, if you win, you will be in the crowd for this match, so... paradox.
Yeah.
Also, Imran, it's funny you went with John Cena because, obviously, as we all know, all picks the final, but don't forget John Cena is the person that lost to The Miz, so at WrestleMania. So this legacy thing maybe.
That was to hype up the Rock match, wasn't it? It wasn't because
this could be hyping up the potential John Cena Page match next year at WrestleMania.
Put it this way, the Miz was never going to be the number one guy, whereas Bray Wyatt, this is his platform to be the future of the WWE.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I mean, no matter what, this match has elevated Bray Wyatt. This match is gonna elevate Bray Wyatt, win or lose. So the only person who's gonna lose big, if he loses, is John Cena, and I don't see that happening.
No, he's come back from the
I don't
Miz.
see them risking that.
Let's move on, Harry. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, fair enough. No, not at all. This is supposed to be a discussion-based segment, so it's all good. Daniel Bryan versus Triple H, with the winner going on to face the main event superstars Randy Orton and Batista for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
It's Imran.
Imran.
Uh, 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 Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan. Oh.
Yeah, it's all pointing to Daniel Bryan winning. Yeah. Not so much. Okay, I won't go on to that later. Just yet. But yeah, it's all pointing to Daniel Bryan beating Triple H. But I don't think that's the end of it.
I'm
Fair enough.
not gonna go with the hesitation noises. I mean, I'm saying Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan from Wrestling.
Oh.
And now we're going to look at surprise appearances, guys. Rosa, we're going to go with you first. It can be any superstar, past or present, that isn't on the current card.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be in any capacity, either within the ring or in a backstage segment,
I'm going to
but
go.
not on a pre-show panel.
I am going to go with the Godfather, as I mentioned earlier on.
The Godfather as the Godfather.
Can I not just say Charles Wright, his real name?
Nope, it has to be the character.
Okay, I will go with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, Stone Cold it is. Imran,
No,
who's your
Wait,
first pick?
he's been confirmed.
Yeah, but we don't know how. Say, but
Yeah, but
He's not been confirmed by the WWE,
he has been confirmed by WWE.
has he?
Yes.
Pop onto WWE.com.
he has actually been confirmed.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Disqualification.
I will stick with the Godfather then, because that's just
Godfather as the Godfather.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Godfather.
Okay. I am going to go with...
Realize that these are all worth 1 point each anyway,
Yeah.
so it's not going to be a huge difference,
Yeah.
but it still is going to make a slight difference.
Yeah, I'm going to go with The Rock having... not in person.
That's
appearance, but...
It could be, like I said, a backstage segment. It can be on the Titantron or in the ring, so that's fine. The Rock is a very, very credible pick. Reza.
I am going with Ron Simmons.
Oh, nice.
Every year. Ron Simmons. Imran?
And for my second pick, I'm going to go with a current WWE superstar we've not talked about, who's not had a match in a couple of months.
Oh.
Alexander Rusev. Rusev Crush.
Ah, Rusev.
That's a good pick.
Rusev's a very, very credible pick.
My final pick, I'm only picking this guy because he's my best friend now. Chris Jericho is my...
Oh.
The walls.
I'm going to go with Jericho.
Awesome.
Again, more of a fantasy than an actual.
Imran?
My final pick. Is this my final
Yes.
pick?
It is
Yes.
indeed, it is.
Well, I have strong trust in the main event podcast. I have a strong trust in Arif's sixth sense to see the future. Stone Cold Steve Austin to see
Big
the
moment.
future. CM Punk.
CM Punk.
Yeah.
For a moment there, I thought you were going to say Paige. It could happen. Guys, we move on to one of the two main events of the evening, The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. And we're going to start with Imran.
The Undertaker's going to win.
Why was there hesitation?
There wasn't. It was one of those. I didn't want to say
He's
it
making
because I
I'm already going to write it down for you.
He's making it feel more realistic, isn't he? That he has to genuinely think about it. That's what it is.
No, it's, you know what, it's just I didn't want to say it because I want to be challenged. A couple of years ago I was challenged to say it. This year I wasn't.
No, I think obviously my pick is Undertaker. I'm sure he's finished writing down. But
Yeah.
I think the key thing about this match is going to be that no matter what, we know Undertaker's going to win, but Brock Lesnar will be the biggest threat. He'll come the closest to ending it. They do that every single year. So in a way, obviously we know the Undertaker's going to win. I'll be very shocked if it doesn't. You probably won't listen to me on the podcast for a number of months when I go into hiding. But yeah, as I said, Lesnar will. I can guarantee you he will come the closest to ending the streak.
Fair enough. Final match of the evening: Randy Orton versus Batista versus, I'm assuming, Daniel Bryan, because you both picked him.
Yeah.
So Reza, we're going to start with you.
Okay.
Predictions for the match.
I'm going to refer back to my preview article and predictions on Give Me Sport, right? I've gone for my own bold statement. Randy Orton and Batista guaranteed to be in the match, but I've said for a number of reasons this match is not going to be a triple threat match. This match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship will be a fatal four-way. Randy Orton, Batista, Daniel Bryan, Triple H. Daniel Bryan will still walk out as WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So my pick is still Daniel Bryan, regardless of it being triple threat or fatal four-way. But I'm still saying it will be a fatal four-way match. It's going to make Bryan's achievements feel more special than just a triple threat match with Orton and Batista. He's against all of Evolution.
Yes, and you know what?
Ric Flair, special guest referee.
You never know. Austin might even play a role in that. Anything could happen. It's all out in the open. We don't even know. At the minute, there's no guarantee who is going to be in the main event. That's the good thing about this main event itself.
Yep. You know what? Normally, Reza, I don't like you, but your articles...
What? That's just...
Yes, right.
Straightforward.
but your articles I have a hard time disagreeing with. And you know what? I agree that it's going to be a fatal four-way. You know what? It might not be a straight-up fatal four-way, but I believe, Triple H will come out and he'll have some sort of impact, making him feel like the fourth man. But I'm going to go with Batista or Bautista walking out as champion. It's been down. It's been penciled in. It's been pending for months by WWE.
That is a really interesting pick. I thought it's certain to be Bryan from you as well.
No.
So to give it a quick recap, in the tag team title match, both of you went for the Usos. Imran went for AJ Lee, Brie Bella, and Natalya in that order, whereas Reza went for Naomi, Tamina, and Emma in that order for the WWE Divas Championship.
Well done, Imran.
Both Reza and Imran went for the Shield against the New Age Outlaws and Kane. Imran, in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, picks Sheamus, Del Rio, and Damian Sandow, whereas Reza picks Big Show, Dolph Ziggler, and Titus O'Neil. In one of the two matches that Imran and Reza really disagreed with, Reza picked Bray Wyatt to beat John Cena, whereas Imran picked John Cena to pick Bray Wyatt.
John Cena.
Imran and Reza both picked Daniel Bryan to beat Triple H. In the guest appearances of the night, Reza's picked Godfather, Ron Simmons, and Chris Jericho, whereas Imran picked The Rock, Alexander Rusev, and CM Punk. Both Imran and Reza picked The Undertaker to go over Brock Lesnar. And in the main event of the evening, Reza has picked Daniel Bryan, and Imran has picked Batista to walk out with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And that is WrestleMania 30 predictions, with the loser having to watch WWE Scooby-Doo edition, and the winner getting to go with me to WrestleMania 30.
You might as well tell Imran what font he needs to use so he can write his notes down, what size.
Of course. It needs to be double spaced.
Oh, okay.
Sent in with a full preview and a full review of the show itself. I want every single superstar. I want voices for each superstar.
That's fine, because I do SmackDown anyway, so doing it in that font this time for SmackDown would be good. But Reza, you finally get something to review.
We will see. This has made WrestleMania a lot more interesting to watch than
it has.
Bragging rights.
But you know what? I'm actually really excited for WrestleMania. I'm really pumped up, really hyped up for it now.
Agreed.
It's going to be an awesome show.
We have provided our predictions with a wager on the line. Please let us know what you think is going to happen at WrestleMania, who you think is going to win, who you think is going to lose, any surprise entrants, anything like that. And we will be interested to hear what you guys have to say. And guys, that's all we have on our 20th episode. So congratulations on that. And our
go home show.
Final episode before WrestleMania tomorrow night. Next week's podcast should be interesting.
Should be very, very good. Should be a lot of fun.
Yes.
And please, if you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, please do so. Leave any comments, likes, recommend us, download on iTunes, Stitcher, everywhere and anywhere possible. We really do want to grow and we want you to be on this journey with us. That's all we have until next week, guys. So bye from me.
Have an immense WrestleMania.
And enjoy the weekend.
Yep. And we'll be back next week. See you later, guys.